on, guys? It is ya boy Beer Gut Plays back at it with with this really cool experience that I want to talk to you about at Richmond, brought to you by the fine folks at OnLocation Experience. Now, guys, before we get this thing started, I do want to plug the channel sponsor and talk about something really quickly. Guys, I want you guys to check out Dubby Energy. Now, Dubby Energy, I use it a lot. Whether I'm trying to get in a workout. Drinking Dubby has really helped with my workout, but it has helped with me in a lot of other ways. Whether I'm trying to, do these videos, record, edit, whatever, Dubby always has my back. I definitely recommend you checking it out. My personal favorite flavor is Grandpa's Denture Water. It is a mango papaya flavor, but there are very many flavors that are just, all their flavors hit with me, but that is just my personal favorite. But I definitely recommend you checking it out. The link will be in the video description below. Use that code BeerGut at checkout. You'll save yourself a discount of 10% on your order. Now, before we get started with talking about the actual on location experience at Richmond, I do have to address this because obviously you guys know that I have been doing NASCAR 14 Jimmy Johnson season for about about 2 months or so. Unfortunately, with time constraints, NASCAR 25 coming out October 15th, we're going to put a pause on that series for the time being. Probably restart it at some time on a later date. Maybe once we actually finish up some of this MLB stuff. Maybe we'll come back to that at some point. But unfortunately, with time constraints right now, I wanted to finish it before NASCAR 25 comes out. Unfortunately, that's not going to be a possibility anymore, so that series will no longer be continuing, but I will be dropping, whether it be reviews of stuff that I have purchased in the prior, with my, whatever, stuff I've purchased. I do have something very cool planned up within the next month to go do something. I don't want to spoil the details yet. It's not that it's not set in stone. I just don't want to spoil it for you guys. So it's a really cool thing that I thought about for a very long time, and I just want to share that experience with you guys. But unfortunately, because of time constraints, Jimmy Johnson's NASCAR 14 is Chase for 7. Or Chase for 6, I think it is at that time, will not be completed. Now, guys, let's talk about the whole Richmond experience through On Location Experience. They are. First off, I would highly recommend you going and buying it or getting it if you're a NASCAR fan, MLB fan, whatever. They have many different things, concerts, everything. WWE. So I definitely recommend you guys checking them out. It was about $1,700 for 2 people after taxes. It was definitely worth the money, in my opinion. Now, I also had a plan to do a lot of videos and record a lot of stuff, take a lot of pictures. Obviously, the cool whole racing experience thing. Unfortunately, I was due for an upgrade for my phone. I was currently working with an iPhone 13 Pro Max, I think. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure. I upgraded to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. It was supposed to be delivered Thursday. FedEx really dropped the ball. It didn't get delivered till about an hour after I left to go to Richmond on Friday. So it was just a whole mess. So I didn't get my phone back. The phone on my battery actually died about an hour and a half into the race. So I got what I could. Unfortunately, it just was not a lot of content. But I do, like I said, I do want to experience it because there was a lot of cool things with it. Some of the stuff I can't share with you because it is not in my possession anymore. But you did get, with this thing, we got this really cool, clear backpack, which is great for events and everything like that. I've got some stuff that I actually purchased in here too. And we're going to go through it in the real near future in this video. Also came with earplugs, which great for if you're at a race. It also came with a rain poncho in case it rained. Really cool, and it has the weather guarantee, so if it rains I would imagine it's more for like your NASCAR events, maybe WWE when they do an outdoor event, concerts, stuff like that. But it came with a weather guarantees that you'll be able to go back, whatever. It was really cool. We're going to go through this bag, though. You also got a scanner rental, which was, I don't know the price. The last time I remember it was $35, but you can comment down below and correct me with everything. So, but you got a scanner rental. My buddy who went with me was just scanning through the channels the whole race. I listened to the 60 car, who was the pole sitter, Ryan Preece, because I wanted to hear his radio communication the most. Once he kind of got himself out of once he had that last pit stop and he ended up about 3-4 laps down, I switched over to Alex Bowman chasing him down. Once the race was over, I changed it over to Austin Dillon's radio, and there was some really cool interactions. It's kind of cool to hear that. That's my first time experience with a scanner on the track, so definitely with all that stuff in the bag and everything, it was well worth it. We will discuss more of that at the end. But you also got this really nice NASCAR hat. It's a style that I like. It's a trucker style hat with the golf rope. No branding on it, but it's a nice solid hat. I could see me wearing this a lot. And once NASCAR 25 comes out, you might see this thing on my head quite a bit. But really liked this hat. Want to also show you, I did end up picking up a couple die casts at the track. I also got a shit ton of koozies from Cookout and Kyle Busch's the whiskey brand that sponsors Kyle Busch, Rebel, was there, and they were doing samplings. The whiskey's actually pretty decent for 100 proof whiskey. That's not very expensive, but you got your choice. I picked a can cooler, and of course my dumb self left them at the hotel room when I was heading out. I also got I signed up for a credit card and through Bass Pro Shops, and let's be honest, I already know I'm not getting approved. I'm not going to really go into the details about that, but with that, you got this really nice drawstring backpack with the Bass Pro's logo on it, a Bass Pro trucker cap, and a pair of cheap Ray-Ban knockoff with the Bass Pro Shop logo, lettering and logo on the side. Currently in my work truck because I don't have any sunglasses in my work truck, so it's perfect. First die cast, though, we are actually going to be I want to show off to you guys. It is the Ryan Preece. Now, let's take this little plastic thing off. I got my covers mixed up. It is the Ryan Preece Castrol Motor Oil Mustang, and if you guys can take a look, it is signed by him. Also bought this hat from there. They were offering autograph versions. I specifically asked for a non-autograph version. My personal opinion when it comes to hats being autographed, I won't wear hats that are autographed. So, again, just my personal opinion. You can... opinions, it's my opinion. I'd never wear an autographed hat, but that's just me. I love this car because the side numbers have the foil on it, so I really think it's beautiful. The signature's really clean. Now, I did not witness him signing this. It was pre-signed, but obviously you're buying it from the Haas. At least that's what the charge on my credit card said. Haas factory team store. It's obviously pretty legit. We are going to go to the next die cast, and I would not say this one was on a whim, but I wanted it. I thought it was cool. It was from the Richmond race in 2024, and the particular driver was doing at a signing, and there was no at a good the more popular drivers. And look, I don't hold anything against this driver. He's not my favorite driver, but I do have a lot of respect for him. That being said, it was the race-winning Richmond car from 2024, Austin Dillon. He signed it, and I'm sorry, let me try it, maybe hold it this way. Yep. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's the signature on the windshield. I wish he would have signed the back windshield, because the cool thing with this car is the milkshake is on the windshield, everything like that. So I like it. Obviously, we didn't have much time for conversation. There was a line for him. He was nice. He said, hello, nice to meet you, everything like that. Shook my hand, took a quick picture, even though neither of us could get the timing right. It was a lot of fun. He's a very nice guy, and I will just say this. After listening to his interview from the post-race presser after the race, I know we all have our opinions. I know that was not a fluke win, like a good amount. And I don't want to say fluke win. I want to say backed in. It was not a backed in win. He led like 107 laps of the race. But I don't think Austin Dillon is as big as the problem as everybody else thinks it is. I think RC is kind of stuck in his ways a lot of times. And he's stuck at doing it the old way of doing things, and just, I don't know. It just the way the interviews came across. I think our Richard Childress Racing might be in better hands when Richard starts taking a step back and lets maybe the Dillon brothers start to run it, because it seems like Austin's got a better mind for racing than we probably give him credit for, but. That is enough of that spiel right there. I got one more thing. I bought 2 shirts for myself at the race, and unfortunately, I wore the other one on the way home. I was supposed to go to the Phillies and Nationals game, the Sunday morning leadoff game. Unfortunately, due to all the sunburn that I got, I was not super happy about going to a baseball game. So I just was gonna get more sunburnt than I already was. It's my own fault for not packing suntan lotion, but I digress. Take a shot or a sip of Kentucky hard brew coffee. It's actually really good, mocha flavored. Regardless, I bought 2 shirts. They were both Ryan Priest t-shirts. The first, or the one that I'm going to be able to show you, because the other one's sitting in my laundry, needing to be washed. And I'm just going to try my best to show this off. This is the back side with the 60. And then I like this. And this is the front side. I mean, tan is generally not my color, but I think this is a really cool shirt. Unfortunately, funny story, I'm pretty sure that the girl who was working the merch stand misheard me. She gave me a size too small, so that means I'm just going to have to work harder to lose a little bit more weight. But regardless, it was an experience, let me tell you. And I will tell you, booking through OnLocation is probably going to be the only way that I am going to be going to NASCAR races or any kind of event like that in the near future. And that's because they put you up in a Marriott for 2 nights. It's included with it. Now, like I said, it was $1,700 after taxes. But for everything you got, the cool swag, everything like that, well worth it, in my opinion. If you got the expenses, do it. You got the shuttle ride to and the shuttle bus ride to and from, and my particular driver was cool as hell. You know, he was like, hey, you guys can drink on here. drink alcoholic beverages. I had a few while I was walking around and stuff. I had a cooler on my back with water and a 6-pack of beer. It was over 90 degrees. I was not super interested in drinking, so again, but the name is Beer Gut Plays. It was just way too hot. I didn't want to have a fallout moment, but regardless, drink water, the bus ride back, we left at 11 a.m., so really great. We left 45 minutes after the checkered flag was waved. We sat in traffic. The hotel was in Glen Allen, which I believe is like 15, 20 minutes away from Richmond Raceway. Really, really good. So we didn't have to deal with traffic leaving the track, anything like that. And they had snacks and water on the bus when we got back, which was really cool. Really good experience all well. The scanner rental, the swag, the fact that the person who was the I guess we'll call her I would call her the event planner, but I don't know what the actual title is. I can't remember her name at all. Shout out. She said she gave us a little business card with her number on. If you have any questions, need any help with anything, you call her directly. And I don't know if that's just her or how everything works, but it was just made the trip a lot easier. The hotel, the swag bag, the snacks, the bus ride, everything like that. For me, it was a 10 out of 10 experience. I didn't have to worry about booking a hotel, anything like that. I didn't have to worry about any of that. It was just me going to a race, and everything like that. I had the time of my life. 10 out of 10 experience. If you are financially able to do it, definitely do it. I wish I would have had more video of it, but unfortunately that's just the breaks sometimes, guys. Guys, I gotta get up out of here. I just wanted to share my story with you with on location experience and show some of the stuff that I bought at Richmond Raceway, or and was gifted through On Track and other various people. But guys, I gotta get out of here. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. If you like hearing this stuff, be sure to hit that like button, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. If you're super excited the direction this channel is going, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Guys, I am out of here. Hopefully y'all have a great day, a great evening whenever you are watching this, and peace out, my friends.